AFL fan like me, this is a nice throwback weekend. The Jets are at the Raiders 40 years after Heidi. Titans at Chiefs. The old Houston Oilers at Dallas Texans, who played the kick-to-the-clock 62 sudden death OT title game. But I'm zeroing in on Chargers at Bills. Didn't the Lightning Bolts look dazzling last Sunday night in their powder blues? The best unis in the history of pro sports. No wonder they clobbered the Patriots to reassert themselves as AFC heavies.
Go Chargers, go!
Back again to the old AFL. In '64, those powder blue Chargers of Sid Gilman were the reigning champs. The Bills were the new kids on the block. They met in the next two title games. 1964, Buffalo's War Memorial Stadium, the old rock pile. The Bolts were short-circuited when Bills linebacker Mike Stratton laid out San Diego star halfback Keith Lincoln in the most famous hit in league history. It was all Buffalo from there. Cookie Gilchrist showed his speed and power on the ground. The Bills won 20-7. Quarterback Jack Kemp showed his leadership we'd later see as a U.S. congressman, cabinet member, and candidate for VP. 1965, San Diego's Balboa Stadium. Kemp hit Ernie Warlick with a TD pass for the first score. George Butch Bird returned a punt for 74 yards and a TD. ESPN's Paul McGuire, number 55, had the key block as he plowed punter and quarterback John Hadle to clear the way. The Bills shut out the Chargers 23-0 for coach Lou Saban. Now, over 40 years later, the upstart Bills are knocking at the door again against the battle-tested Chargers. Yes, the Bills are 4-1, the Bolts are 3-3. But make no mistake, this will be a chance for Buffalo to see if they belong with the big boys. I asked them about it.
We're not one of those teams yet, just because we haven't done that. So we're kind of we're finding ourselves, and we're finding us a little bit more every week. We know more and more about it.
I think if we can go out here and have a great show and win, it'll show people that, hey, those guys they may have a little something going on.
San Diego scored more points than anybody in the league, but Buffalo was one of the best-kept secrets on offense themselves, Lee Evans. Because the Bills haven't been contenders, Evans' prowess on bombs for touchdowns has been overshadowed. The last game in Arizona, he went 87 yards with his pass from backup QB J.P. Lossman. Fitting he was overlooked because the Bills lost. Consider this, since 2000, Lee Evans has scored on 6 TD passes of 70 yards or more. More than Chad Johnson, more than Randy Moss, T.O., Marvin Harrison, more than everybody else. And he's only been in the league since 2004.
It's really being smart on how you design them up and when you call them. Because you can't just, line up and call them every time. It's certainly a little science behind it as well. So, that's the happy medium that you got to have.
He and the Bills get quarterback Trent Edwards back after his concussion with the bye week perfectly placed. What's the Sunday plan?
I think establish the run. I think we really need to get Marshawn going, getting Fred Jackson going, and, keep that will open up our play action game, but open up our passing game too, and just run a balanced attack is really what it's going to come down to.
Go out there and play with attitude. We know that they're a talented football team. That they have, 2-3 guys at every position. We want to go out there and we want to earn some respect.
The Schwam standing awfully tall last week, 4-1, including pegging the Cards upset of Dallas. 19-13 overall is nice. The Colts are back on track. Even though Green Bay straightened themselves out, October's one of the Colts' months, 27-20 on the road. The Saints got back last week as well. Is anybody playing better QB than Drew Brees? No. They upset the Panthers in Carolina, 24-20. Cleveland hasn't lost a game in a month. The Skins are mortal again. Looks close to me. Washington at home, just by 4. We picked up W's going against Dallas. QB could be Romo, Brad Johnson, or Don Meredith. But the Rams under Jim Haslett are off the schneid. They also keep it close. Cowboys by just 3. So now, the big game. The Bills at home against the mighty Chargers. To get a real feel for Buffalo, I'm at the Big Tree Inn. Believe it or not, these trees, number 12, Jim Kelly, Hall of Fame quarterback, carved with chainsaw. I don't know who this is, though. You know what? I seem to remember an announcer he needs to lose a little weight. Actually, we are working on it. But I wish for a pick I could talk to the quarterback myself. Jim, what do you think about what? Jim?
I'll tell you what I think.
What are you doing here?
I don't quite live at this place, but I've been here a few times. Plus, you're on my boulevard. This is a big challenge for me because San Diego comes in here hot. They're looking towards, making it all the way. But I see great things from the Bills this season. So it starts with this game here.
Well, I guess I'll leave it to the Swami to make the pick, right? Buffalo 24, San Diego 21, with a reminder that no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Where's the mascot that ate all the Super Bowl?